St. Louis, and welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard. If you're planning a pool party, indoor or out, you must meet Stephe McCormick. Welcome, Stephe.
Thank you, Sarah.
So you've got a really unique business that you started about a year ago, is that right?
We started in 2009.
So it's been a few years.
A few years. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just started about a year ago.
Okay.
So it started a year ago to
good.
me. Okay, so Backyard Lifeguards. So tell us about why you started it and what your role is here in our community.
Well, there are about 13,000 in-ground residential pools in St. Louis County. When you include all of the above-ground pools and spas, that number spikes to about 20,000. And I worked in aquatics on the municipal side for a very long time. I've had 20 years combined, 12 at the Y and 8 with the Parks and Rec department. And in every year, in every facility, I always got calls from people who felt that they were part of that community. Mm-hmm. You know, residents or members who were looking for lifeguards for their pool parties.
So these are residents who have one of those 13,000 pools,
right?
They're having a backyard party.
Right.
They need a lifeguard. So naturally, you're going to call your local aquatic facility.
Exactly. I mean, that's
what I would do.
Exactly. And they view themselves as our customers, and they are absolutely right. But for a lot of very legitimate reasons, facilities and nonprofit organizations like that are just really not in a position to broker out their staff to other environments.
So why is that? Is the staff just overtaxed? Is there too much going on, or is there a liability issue?
There are liability issues. For one is most of the time facilities have all of the equipment and insurance that a lifeguard would need to be able to function, perform all of the functions of their job. Lifeguarding has changed. It used to be a swimsuit and a whistle were the only equipment required, and now we have rescue tubes and fanny packs and AEDs and medical grade emergency equipment that it's not responsible for a lifeguard to go out and broker their services without the tools to effectively do their job. Right. So, so we created a system whereby we packaged that so that it was something that could be delivered to a private residence or any other aquatic site with a highly skilled, highly trained person who could make decisions in the event of an emergency.
So if someone's having a pool party at their own pool at home and they are responsible and want to have safety for the people at the party, whether they're adults or children, how many lifeguards do they need to hire?
Well, it really kind of depends on the size of the pool and the number of children. Usually residential pools can only comfortably accommodate a certain number of children. We operate on a ratio of about 1 to 12 to 1 to 16, depending on the age of the children. Okay. And we're somewhat flexible, but usually one lifeguard can supervise 12 children appropriately. We operate on the assumption that parents are not going to be directly supervising their children. So our ratio tends to be somewhat lower than people might anticipate. When we have parental supervision, we always appreciate that, that extra support. But the reason that we're there is because parents often want to engage with other adults. Right. And so in order for everyone, including the children and the parents, to enjoy the party, it's helpful to designate somebody who is responsible for the safety of that aquatic environment. Right, right. So do you work adult parties as well? We do. We do.
And what other types of events? So what are some of the things that you've encountered in the last 3 years?
Oh, well, we actually created an entire sport division just to handle the requests for open water swims. Triathlon is an increasingly popular sport discipline. A great many events bringing people from outside of St. Louis and within St. Louis to our many lakes in the area. So Lake St. Louis, Newtown Lake, Innsbrook Lake. So our BYLG Sport Division creates comprehensive water safety plans and also provides lifeguard supervision for large-scale events of that nature.
Yeah, so you guys do it all. We're going to talk more about that when we come back. We do have to take a quick break. Sure. But I want to hear more about water safety tips for parents who have pools, and also if you have a lake. There's a lot that we can learn from you guys. So stay with us here on STL TV Live. We'll be back in just a few moments.